go back to the idea that you have to be very responsible about, if you don't believe in it, then you have to commit yourself to doing whatever you have to do to keep from having a child that you might want to, can't take care of, you don't think you could do a good job with. So you have to commit yourself to this. You can't just go around saying, oh, well, I'll have fun first and I'll have sex. A person has to have sex. No, they don't have to have sex then you have to equate that solution as being so bad, so undesired, that you could give up the sex. You could give up the irresponsible sex, the chance that you might have a child when you really, really can't afford it, don't want it. So that has to be emphasized over and over, that a commitment has to be made that you cannot do that, that is something that you're not ever going to do. So responsibility has to take the place. It has to come in as your constant companion from then on. And so I'm looking at it now. I can't blog anymore on my blog that I created in connection with my newspaper here in Arizona, because this newspaper is really hurting. They've laid off a lot of people, and they are in no way going to publish anything that they think might turn the readers off. Well, I think for a long time the newspapers have gone exactly the wrong way to keep themselves a vital part of our society. They have disconnected from the local people.
Excuse me, I need to have...
They have not written and put articles in there that will stir the local people up.
I need to blow my nose.
Get them more involved in reading it. No, what they tried to do is for so long they went to canned news for the most part. So all the newspapers all across the land sounded just alike. You couldn't get one. Nobody was expressing any opinions. Well, the only thing they've got now is their opinions, is their local connection. That is the only thing that's going to keep a newspaper alive. So if they back off of all controversial subjects and don't write about them, they're going in exactly the wrong way. Until it doesn't matter what's in this newspaper, nothing will be in it of anything of a local nature where people can connect, can talk about difficult subjects. If they're always going to be saying, oh, we don't want that difficult subject in there, I'm not going to pray in any of that, we're not going to encourage those people. What they're doing is discouraging anybody from being interested in their newspaper. Like me. I think I've had one letter published by the newspaper, even though I'm...
Yeah, that was under an assumed name because, you know, you're on the hit list. Get it? The hit list?
Yes, well...
last name...
I write about a taboo subject. Why should legalized abortion with over 1 million deaths a year be a taboo subject, for heaven's sake? What kind of people are we that we can't talk about something that big, that touches that many lives? What in the world is wrong with us? What is wrong with the newspaper? Well, and I'll tell you what.
I'm gonna change hats.
We need to get our newspapers, our country, in the hands of people who don't try to suppress other people's opinions. This is the pro-choice press that we've had for a long time. The media. Nobody dares be anything but pro-choice or they might lose their jobs. They might, you know, that's why I don't watch a lot of talk shows, because that subject is never talked about. Never. They don't dare. They're tiptoeing around. Well, what kind of society have we got
I like to have
that people are afraid to talk about something? Well, something involves killing and death. Maybe that is something we're afraid of. We don't dare rile the kind of people who are willing to kill in order to solve a problem. You know, those people might be.
How do you spell that?
Rile, R-I-L-E. They might be very.
What's that word mean?
Mean when they're riled.
What
apparently. I mean, why are people in the limelight so afraid to be anything but pro-choice? What has happened?
Are you riled right now?
Well, I'm riled to think that people could call themselves Christian.
Folks, this is what rile is.
Believers and talk about God once in a great while, and not live up to what that might be all about. That we don't countenance killing. But if we can't talk about it, if everybody's scared to talk about it.
I'm not scared to talk about it.
Yeah, well.
I'm scared when you talk about it.
That's right, because I'm on the wrong side. You are willing to talk about it because,
right or wrong.
Because you're willing to be
when you get riled, that scares me.
You're just kind of want to be the silly guy that doesn't take anything serious. Not anything serious. I mean, death. You still smile and
I smirk. I smirk.
Yes, you smirk. You're not even in reality. You're not even in reality.
How do you smirk again?
In reality.
Is this smirking? Yeah, it's something to do with the facial features of smirking.
So yeah, he's a smirker, a smart aleck.
Nobody likes a wise ass. Remember that?
So. And, you know, when I get to the point where it becomes so insufferable I can't stand it, then I'll do something about it. Until then, he's just kind of like, I mean, what's the difference between him and a whole bunch of famous people? Who? You can't get on that subject for anything. Anything. You can't get them there. Why? Because they might risk their jobs, they might risk their careers.
I'm the only famous person that I know. Seriously.
Well, you're not.
So that kind of tell you. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Is that I'm the only famous person I know, which is pretty sad.
I mean, I would never be asked on a talk show. My books are not going to get published. I'm pro-life. It's come down to that. She's too pro-life. We can't publish her. Wouldn't sell anything, or all kinds of. You would think that the pro-life people are the most dangerous people on earth.
Well, right now
they are very dangerous. The people who believe in killing, they are the ones you want to please. Oh well, what's that say? What does that say? All that says is that people who are against, who are pro-life, are recognizing that killing is a dangerous thing, and that people who want to kill are dangerous people.
Especially for the person who's
killed. To be in control.
Yeah,
the person who's killed is dangerous.
Of course, once they're killed.
And so everybody's got scared. Oh, a bunch of scared people tiptoeing around, not even talking about a subject for years and years and years, even though it's going on all the time. They're not talking about it because they're afraid of their own careers. What does that mean then? That they're ready to jump on the bandwagon, be pro-choice, because they're afraid if they oppose it, they might get hurt. That is what it comes down to.
Okay, you got 1 minute.
They might get hurt too. Somebody might want to kill them. So everybody's scared.
Now you got 40 seconds.
We think we're free. We're not free. We're not free ever since we got this big policy. We are not free anymore. As long as we're afraid, as long as we're scared to talk about something.
I'm not scared to talk about it.
Oh yeah, sure. As long as you can smirk and sneer.
I'm scared when you talk about it.
Yeah, because I'm serious.
Scared.
You're not.
Jeez.
You're taking the